Welcome to Man at the Tap, a podcast of Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Gloria, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community, and we refer to our daily Bible reading as the spiritual manna. It nourishes our souls, fostering spiritual growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Today marks the beginning of the season of Lent. It is Ash Wednesday, February the 18th, 2026. And the lectionary reading is Psalm 51, verses 1 to 17. King David spoke the words of this psalm in response to being confronted about the sin he had committed. He engaged in adultery with another man's wife, and when she told him she was pregnant, he tried to deceive her husband into sleeping with her, but the husband refused to go to his house, unaware of what had happened. David then instructed the army chief to place the man in the heat of the battle so he would be killed. And he was. David then married the woman, and he thought he had gotten away with his sin. But one day, Nathan, David's spiritual guide, confronted him, and he readily admitted his wrongdoing. David called out to God for forgiveness and cleansing. He begged God to show mercy because of God's unfailing love. And he asked that God be gracious to him, erase his rebellion, and thoroughly wash away his guilt while cleansing him from his sin. David could not deny that his actions had hurt others, and he was painfully aware that his sin was always present. Each time he looked at his wife, it reminded him of what he had done. David's sin was also committed against God, and he did evil in God's sight. He asked God for forgiveness, recognizing his guilt from birth. And he pleaded with God to grant him deep wisdom so he could find joy and gladness, and to restore his broken bones with rejoicing. Since God was willing to forgive him, he asked God to create a clean heart and a new life within him. David longed to be restored in his relationship with God, and he asked for a willing spirit. David asked for his lips to be open so he could praise God with his mouth. Filled with gratitude, he wanted to guide others in reconnecting with God. The most valuable offering one can give to God is living a life rooted in gratitude and humble submission.